Chris, just seems like there's a collective connection missing with this team right now. What are you seeing with the group, and how do you pull out of this right now?
Yeah, I mean, we got to get our offense kind of going again. I mean, we had a lot of turnovers tonight. We got to get some kind of rhythm and speed to our offense. I think, guys are not kind of included enough in the offense. I think we get some connectivity from that. But we just go. We don't have a great spirit about us right now. We got to pick it up and try to finish these last two games strong before the break. And that's apparent.
What the ball movement completely has dried up. It
Yeah.
feels like what are you seeing? What is causing that, and how do you?
Yeah, I think, like I said, we've lost our structure on offense. Early actions, our early pass, kind of getting into the stuff that allows us to get a bit of a rhythm and build things up. And we've also lost pace, which allows us to get to early attacks, collapse the defense. Our kick-out game has got to be, I think, a little quicker as well. We're trying to play trying to play in the crowd. The last few games they've really crowded us. So there are kickouts that we got to find, and I think that'll get the ball moving again.
In those moments in the season when the spirit dips like that, how do you kind of get it back, or what do you have to do to recapture that part?
Yeah, I mean, you got to stay positive. I thought. Certainly start the game defensively. We did some good things. I liked our physicality, and obviously had a handful with Kawhi, fouled him too much. I think then we got a little bit soft on him, and then he obviously had a big night. But yeah, we just got to stay positive, and we know we're a good team. We just got to get back to playing good basketball.
One of your emphasis on defense is always ball contained. It seems like you guys are really putting in the effort on the ball right now, but it's off ball that seems to be going.
Yeah, I mean we're not navigating screens the best. Our low man presence at the rim is inconsistent. We have been doing a good job, as you said, on the ball. Getting some steals and deflections there, but we got to be better in all parts of it.
When you have had lulls in the season like this before, does the good energy and vibes come first and then the play follows, or does the play usually the execution come and then things turn around?
Yeah, I'm a big believer. You got to play well. You got to bring good energy, I think, every day, no matter what. But you got to play well to prove it to yourself and get the juices flowing again.
You were talking about before, Kawhi playing physical. Seems like another one of those guys that plays with a lot of force.
Yeah.
Zion like that in the previous game, too. I mean, sometimes those guys can just be a handful, but for players who do play with a lot of force, what do you guys need to do better?
Yeah, and we got to, continue to stand them up earlier, just like they did to us. They did a really good job of being physical at the point of attack, outside the three-point line, not letting us get any kind of momentum. And once you get going downhill with force, generally the officials will reward that. They'll reward that type of contact. So,
And then just obviously a different rotation today, bringing Io in. Doesn't seem like it made a huge waves in how you were substituting. But what is that sort of process like of figuring out who's going to play when you bring a new player into
well, today I wanted to just get him as many minutes as I could in a run where he doesn't feel like he was coming in and out of the game. He can kind of find something out there. I thought he was appropriately aggressive. Thought did a lot of good things. Certainly, obviously not the result we hoped for, but his debut for us was very, very encouraging.
You said earlier not enough structure or system in terms of what you guys are doing together. How do you reinstate that in practice or whatever to get back to that connectivity?
Yeah, I think that it's been a while since we've been able to have a practice like that we do need. We just have a series of drills we're going to have to go through, find that rhythm. We were here like right after Christmas time, and coming out of that, we were able to reestablish ourselves. So it feels a lot like that period.
Chris, Jaden, and Dante, 3 points combined. I mean, is that kind of the biggest indicator of the offense not being where you need it to be? And
it's the 7 shots. It's the 7 shots. Like those guys, I've got to get them to 10 shots at least, and we've got to be able to find the next play for those guys.